All right, hey guys, so I just want to start this video by saying I'm not a medical professional. These are just my thoughts and ideas on what a vehicle trauma bag or trauma kit should look like based on some of my experience and my training. This is not a TCCC course, although I've been through them, so just keep that in mind. All right guys, so today we're going to be talking about first aid or trauma with inside the vehicle. So my vehicle trauma kit is always going to be behind my passenger headrest. This is where I keep it. This is where I kind of keep it in a patrol car as well, except not behind, but rather in front. And I'll show you how I've mounted it and why I've mounted it here in just a second. All right, so this is the way I have my vehicle trauma kit kind of staged. Here it is. It's just a regular first aid bag or trauma bag, blowout kit, whatever you want to call it. It's got Molly on the front for other things, but it's Velcro on the back. And I like that because I'm actually going to be able to rip it off the vehicle headrest instead of just having it secured and for me not be able to get to my contents. I'm going to talk about that here in just a second, but as you can tell, I've got a rat tourniquet staged here. I've got kids, so I prefer rats just for those reasons. But like I said, it's staged, so if I need it, I got it. So the contents of the bag are going to be less readily available, obviously, because it's not kind of stitched out on the side, but I'm going to talk about that in just a second. So first of all, the application of a trauma kit from inside the vehicle is going to look completely different from what you think it might look like. A lot of times, if you are in a vehicle and you have some type of crash or an accident, there's going to be glass, there's going to be shards of stuff everywhere. You may or may not be on all four wheels. You might be on your side. You might also be upside down. So you need to understand that keeping a first aid kit in your vehicle needs to be accessible even when you've literally rolled a few times. I'm fairly confident my first aid bag or my trauma kit's not going to go anywhere when it's attached to that large piece of Velcro, but I'm also fairly confident that I can grab it from pretty much any position. Even if I've broken my left, or rather my right arm, I know that I can still lean across the truck and grab my first aid or med bag. So have it in a position to where you can grab it from any vehicle position, essentially. Also, if you just keep it in the same place all the time, you're not going to have to worry about where it's at. There's a couple of things that you can consider. You can use the loop that's usually on most bags to hang it from, whether it's a mirror or a windshield wiper, switch, or something of that nature. Or you can do what I did here and just install a clip. And I can clip this to pretty much anything that is closed, circular. So it just gives me something to think about when I'm deploying this bag. All right, so say you are in an accident and now you're entrapped, essentially. Whether your passenger door won't open, your driver door won't open, something's jarred up, your seatbelt's stuck on you because there's tension, whatever the case, if you need to get out of the vehicle, you need to think about busting a glass, obviously. Everybody talks about glass breakers and using glass breakers and their own people's knives and such, and that's fine and well. Personally, I keep a Rescue Me up here in my visor so that I can just pull it out and get to work. This Rescue Me is a seatbelt cutter and a window punch. It is spring loaded so that I don't have to jab into the window of my hand. So I'll grab my Rescue Me and I'll just cut wherever I need to cut on my seatbelt to get out of the seat. To break the glass, you're going to want to break the glass in the corner, the bottom corner of the window. If you hit the Rescue Me on the bottom corner of this window, all the glass will break, and generally speaking, it will fall from the top and just shatter. Now, take into consideration if you have tinted windows, that your windows may or may not shatter. Likely not. I've been in a situation where I've used the Rescue Me multiple times, but one time specifically is when there was a vehicle that had like some heavy tint, and yeah, I was able to break the glass, but I wasn't able to get inside of the vehicle. to get the person out. So I used a baton, and even that wasn't enough to break the windshield, because or window, wasn't the windshield, because there was so much resistance with that tint. So it kind of acted, it was a film, which it did its job essentially. So that's why firefighters have windshield saws, and I mean that's kind of a different topic entirely, but the front windshield is designed to not break in the same manner that a window will. So what firefighters will use to get people out of cars is a saw. So if you have tinted windows and you're using a window punch, I suggest using a serrated knife or something to cut through the film. Other than that, if you just have regular windows and you break this window, be prepared to scrape glass, whether it's with a knife, a folding knife, a flashlight, whatever you have on you that's hard, that's able to break through that glass so you can get out. So before I forget, I wanted to mention one more thing. I put this clip on here for a number of reasons. A, if I am deploying a bag of some sort, like I'm getting out, I'm going hiking or something, I don't have any way to molly this to a kit. So what I'll do is I'll just use this clip. So it's kind of multi-purpose, but something else to really consider. So say you are going to a scene to assist someone else, like you're just a passerby, but you happen to have medical equipment and training, and you want to get to that scene, but you have to carry some things or carry some people. So this clip, you can just clip this to any pants, including gym shorts, and go to the scene, open your bag up, get your stuff out, you know what I'm saying, instead of just laying it on the ground. And then, say you grab all your stuff, now you have this thing clipped to your bag, grab the patient, and help them to an ambulance or help them to a medical area. So just something to think about. Alright, so I'm just going to do a real quick overview of what's inside of the bag. Remember we were talking about that stage rat's tourniquet. That's how I put it in there. It's just kind of webbed into the molly. Grab from the bottom. Fairly easy to get out. On the inside, I keep it pretty simple and pretty light. On the left I got bleeding, so I've got a staged cat tourniquet, okay? An emergency compression band-aid. You could be using an Israeli bandage, it doesn't matter. Something to cover large wounds where tourniquets aren't really required. Behind this little tack here, I've got breathing, so I've got a MPA and a chest seal. Also got a survival blanket, gloves, a little bit of hand sanitizer, and just remember I also, like I said, I have kids, so I'm going to be using tweezers and little bandages, especially colored ones, so, you know, everything you could really think of where you'd want something in a vehicle, allergy medicine, Advil, let's see, just small bandages, the works, you know. Nothing too much, it'll just get the job done when a small to medium sized medical emergency presents itself. So some of you guys are gonna be like, hey, where's your shears? And I'm gonna tell you, no, I don't know. I need to get another set of shears. I think that if I needed to use any type of shears or something like that to cut clothing, I'm gonna use my Rescue Me and just literally rip a shirt off like that, because I am not gonna use a pocket knife if I can help it. But other than that, that's pretty much it. All my first aid bags look like this in any vehicle that I have, minus patrol. Patrol vehicle has some different stuff in it, just because you're going to encounter different things. But other than that, that's about it. Thanks for watching, guys.